Welcome to my National Podcast. Let's get into it. All right. Today's thread is a little bit different, but it's still juicy nonetheless. This thread is, what is your worst getting caught in the act story? All right. So, got caught fucking my girlfriend in the bathroom during a family brunch. Oh shit. Worst part is we were caught by her grandma, who doesn't know what knocking at the door is. She passed away one month later, but our last memory is that one. Damn. Man, grandma was just like, oh shit. Like, last thing she remembered from her, granddaughter was her getting smacked up. Like, goddamn. I live off of a half-mile long dirt road that only goes to my house and the farmland on either side. At the age of 18, I brought my 17-year-old girlfriend home, but parked on the road to have some fun in the back of the SUV. We're fully in the swing of things, and we hear a loud knock on the glass, and the doors swing open to reveal two police officers shining flashlights in our face. She immediately starts crying, so they take her away from me, and one officer starts asking her grape screening questions as the other gets in front seat to interview me. All I can find is a sock, so I use that to try to conceal as much as I'm able to. This nigga only had a sock over his mushroom tip. As I'm able, but I think that only made it worse. Everything ended fine. She repeatedly said I love him through her tears, and I guess they believed us. Right before they left, they told us to get off the property as it's private, not to be mistaken for a trespasser. I informed them this is my house, to which one replies, oh, I know your grandfather. I'll say hi for you. My grandpa has never been more proud. Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. He had turned into, his own property, mind you. Turned in there, and he was just like, oh, man, babe, let's get crazy freaky in the back. So she's like, okay. And they're like doing their thing. And I don't know, you just hear just like, and they're just like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, shit. And then they just open the door on him like, yo, chill. Man, then they're like, is he forcing himself upon you? Is he raping you? And you're like, oh, God, no, please. And she's just like, no, I love him. What do you mean? Damn, bro. Yeah. Teenage years, I was tied to the bed, and boyfriend at the time was going down on me. His mother walked in. I couldn't even move to cover myself. Mortified. Yo. She was tied to the bed, and mom walked in, and she couldn't even cover herself because she's tied to the fucking bed. I'm like, yo, that could be traumatizing. And you think like it's all fun, being tied to the bed, and it's like, oh my God, it's against my will. Oh. And then mom walks in, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, get out of here, mom. Like, mom, what are you doing? Get out. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Man, like, you can't just walk up in this bitch. Oh shit, bro. I was banging one out in my bedroom at my grandparents' house when I was about 13, 14, when my nan walked into the room and asked when I wanted to be driven home. The sitting up motion caused my penis to slip back into my trousers, which saved me from being caught, but systematically it was enough to cause me to orgasm exactly the same time as I looked my nan in the eyes. Yo. This man nutted to his nana. Oh, bro. He was just beating. He's like, oh, she walks in. Hey, do you want to? Oh, shit. And just looking at his nana, nutting in his pants. Like, damn, bro. Oh, shit. That's gotta be the worst. Fuck. All right, brought a girl home from school a few times. Never really got caught, but my mom bought me a can of WD-40 for Christmas and told me to oil my bed springs. Oh,
Bruh.
damn. She was like, hey, nigga. She was like, Merry Christmas. And he's like, WD-40? Yeah, nigga. We hear you in there. You better oil up them bed springs, motherfucker. God damn. So we had been dating for less than a year, enough time that I had met her kids, 10 and 8, and had so far been pretty good about making us time. Once we ensured kids were asleep this time, however, I arrived at her apartment to find that their friends, 9 and 7 were there and spending the night. Don't worry, my girlfriend said, we'll still make everything work. And who was I to question with her then 10 years of parenting experience versus my 0? So cut to later in the night. The kids are all sleeping in the living room and we're in the bedroom at the end of the night, or at the end of the apartment. What starts slow and cautious progressed into passionate and aggressive. Girlfriend is on her knees and I'm behind, doing the best horizontal impression of Derek attempting to strike oil, when all of a sudden, no knock, just a sound lasting a fraction of a second of a doorknob being turned and opened. I muster all lower body strength I can manage directly from my knees and shins and dive to use the side of the bed opposite of the door as cover. I think soldiers diving away from a grenade. Think soldiers diving away from a grenade and somehow avoid injury. As I begin to listen, I hear what unmistakably sobbing and a shrill and squeaky "I want to go home" from the 7-year-old. At this point, I started estimating what half of the cost of psychiatric is going to be for 11 years. Girlfriend, while covered impressively, something the situation and calls her father to pick her up. It's like 2 a.m. and after he shows up, the little girl is all taken care of, and now wife turns to me shaking her head and says, I don't know why, but she always does this. If you knew she always does this, like, you could have gave a nigga a heads up, you know? I'm over here like busting my kneecaps and shit, trying to dodge so she doesn't see my dick. And it's like, bro, you know, like, I'm not trying to traumatize these kids. You could have gave me a heads up, like, hey, just so you know, the little girl right there, you know, sometimes she wants to go home in the middle of the night. So, you know, we gonna have to like time this shit, you know, kind of right. You know what I mean? Like, give me some heads up a little bit. God damn, man, I ain't trying to traumatize somebody else's kids. I ain't shit. Man. Got caught by an ex-girlfriend's mom, literally jumped out of her daughter and then hid under the duvet leaving her naked in front of her mom. Everyone knew what happened. No one ever spoke of it again. Oh, shit. I mean, you know, it's like, what you gonna do at that point? You know, like, I was just playing checkers. You know, like, shit. Getting caught doing the dirty in a freshly harvested cornfield at night. What?
Bruh.
Okay. 200 meters from the bush party by my best friend's dad, driving up in a tractor when I was 16. So they're just, you know, doing the thing in the cornfield, and I know he's just in the tractor like, what's up? You guys having fun? You're like, yeah, I guess, you know. Like, all right, man. Let's see. All right. I was fooling around with a guy at university due to being tutors for the new students. We were staying at the university overnight for a few days to prepare for rush week. We had to get away from the other tutors, so one late evening / early morning, we're having sex in a lecture hall. Suddenly, we hear the cleaning lady outside the door. My partner jumps up to block the door so it can't be open while I dress, gather our stuff, and run to the other exit. When we get there, he lets the door go and sprints across the hall, and we both run outside in the wet grass, only wearing socks, giggling mad and running across campus to get back to the other tutors. Damn it, that's gotta suck, man. You having like some sneaky, hot sex. You're just like, oh yeah, this is great. Oh, and then I don't know, like something like that ruins it. I'd be kind of hot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would be. I'd be mad. I'd be like, man, dude, the walls was good. It's all sneaky and shit, so it's like even better. Yeah, because you're sneaking around and like, damn it, man. Yeah, oh well, I guess it is what it is, but still, it's just like, come on, man, out here fucking it up. Shoot. A college roommate walked in on me and my then girlfriend and I in our dorm room. I thought he would be at class, but I was wrong. I mean, I wish there was more context, dude. What happened? What did he do? Did he stay? Did he leave? Did he just be like, don't bother me, don't mind me, like, continue? He's just like, shit, don't mind me, bro, do your thing. Or did he just be like, oh, all right, peace, chicken grease, I'm gonna go out and do something, I'll wait till y'all niggas are done, like what did he do? I want to know what he did. Man, context, people. Doing it in the front seat of my car behind a store with cars parked next to us, blocking any view except the car parked next to us was gone, and we finished. No tint on my windows. They definitely saw everything. Luckily, they didn't knock on the window or I would have been mortified. If you know you don't have tint on your windows, why are you doing it? Oh my. That's outrageous. Like, if you know you don't have tint on your windows, why are you doing it in the car? What the heck? Oh my goodness. All right, man. I was having sex with a girl in my dorm and forgot to lock the door. We were kind of spooning and one of my buddies walked in. I rushed to put my arm around her to cover her boobs, and then she pulled a blanket up to cover our lower half, so I don't know how much he actually saw. He was super baked and was either completely oblivious or uncaring about the whole thing. He went straight to my snack cabinet, grabbed some chips, and then started talking to us. We had a full 5-minute conversation about plans for a party that weekend while I was inside of her, and then he left. Not really bad, but kind of funny in the moment. Damn. Homeboy he just walks in. He's like, sup? And he just opens the thing, grabs some snacks. He's like, hey, yo, dude, you go into that thing tonight, man? Like, I think I might go. I might not, but I might go. I don't know, bro. Hey, where are you going? Like, what's up, girl? How's it going? And the whole time he's just like, nigga, do you not see what's going on here? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, man. I feel like that's like the norm of dorm life. You know what I mean? It's just like being in just the craziest awkward scenarios possible. Not for everybody, of course, but for most people. Like if you're fucking in the dorm room or if you're doing all that kind of stuff, like if you're the tutors, you're in the closet and shit like that. I just feel like that's like the ordinary dorm life. I've never did dorm living, so I don't know. I'm living vicariously through them, so I don't fucking know, but that's just what it seems like from the stories I've heard. My stepsister thought nobody was home. I was wrong. She was cool about it though and never told anyone. Okay, all right, this man is living Pornhub for real. Okay. All right, he said he was smashing his stepsister. He thought nobody was home. He was wrong. Or either that or his stepsister was the one that caught him. Because it says my stepsister. Thought nobody was home. I was wrong. She was cool about it, though. I never told anybody. So maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I was, yeah. So I don't know. He wrote it in a way to make it seem like that's what they were doing, but I don't know. It could be a different thing. Okay. All right, this is going to be our last one. My ex and I had gotten back from the bar and were crashing at my mom's house. Can't go to the bedroom because it's tight next to my mom's and she would hear us. So I laid down a blanket in the middle of the living room and started to go to town, but we were both completely naked and probably a bit loud as we were drunk. I don't hear my mom coming downstairs until she is almost around the corner where she could see us. I pulled out and literally ran into the office before she could see me. My ex's reaction time was quite a bit slower. So my mom turns the corner and finds my girlfriend butt naked, spread eagle in the middle of the living room floor. Yikes. Looking back, I want to know my mom's thought process. Like, she hears us banging and her reaction is to go investigate. Either that or she was probably coming downstairs for some water and was just like, oh, well, mine used to look like that. You know, like, it could have been something that simple. Like, you guys could have been quiet enough to where, you know, mom's just coming down for some drink, and then I don't know if she happens to see that. Like, your girlfriend's just spread eagle, you know, just vagina all out, and she's just like, all right. Wow. Okay. Hey, you know, it is what it is. She probably just went back upstairs. I don't know. Or she probably still got her drink. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But all I do know is that, yeah, man, woo. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. But that's going to be that thread, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that thread. That one was juicy. Oh, my goodness. Let's go ahead and get into announcements before we get into the scenarios. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast. Get on the Patreon for an exclusive episode for every Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to the show. $3 a month. You guys have been enjoying the free Patreon episodes, so I do appreciate that, man. You guys have been going over to the Patreon and checking it out. I do appreciate that. TikTok as well as Instagram for our clips. TikTok, we're so close to that coveted 10K, man. We're getting ever closer. So hopefully I want to hopefully reach it by June, maybe May. So thank you for that. Keep supporting on TikTok. Keep supporting the clips there. If you want to help on the free 99 side even more, go ahead and go over to youtube.com/Am I the Asshole podcast, or click on the link tree, go to YouTube and go from there, and hit the subscribe button. Even if you don't watch over there, subscribing does help. That should be all the announcements. Without further ado, though, let's get into our scenarios for today. Our first one is, I think my girlfriend cheated on me. All right. Does she
belongs to the streets
or not? Let's see. So the story goes that my girlfriend told me that one of her schoolmates wants to hang out with her. I generally trusted my girlfriend and everything and never really cared when she hung out with her friends. So therefore I was okay with her hanging out with her guy, with that guy from her school. Jesus Christ. Okay. So apparently they went out in this guy's car, had drinks together, and after that my girlfriend invited him over to her house for some more drinks. Uh-oh. Okay. So apparently they went, I was texting her and asking her about her whereabouts. She made no mention about all of this. So here's the question I wanted answered from you guys. The next morning, she calls me up and tells me all the details about her night with the guy. She explains that she did invite him over to her house, but after like a drink, she got kind of ill and started throwing up. She told me that the guy stayed with her to take care of her and left around 5 in the morning. Oh, no. She is usually very honest with me. As far as I know, we are both in a loving relationship.
Stop the cap.
With utmost honesty.
Stop the cap.
But am I missing something here? Is there a lie involved? What do you guys think? Oh, no. Come on, man.
She belongs to the streets.
Man. I'm sorry, my guy. I'm sorry. She got smashed, man. Homeboy put it down. Dude, come on, man. Because you gotta look at it like this. She could have easily had drinks with him, went home, and that's that. But the fact that she invited him back, that means when they were out, whatever this is, I'm not going to call it a date, but whatever this is, it was so good. It was, the vibe was vibing, whatever you want to call it. It was so good that she invited him back to the house. And it's like in that atmosphere, they're alone. They're drunk a little bit. They're drinking a little more. I can guarantee you homeboy is trying to fuck. Why would he not? You know what I mean? He wouldn't waste his time going out with this chick if he's not trying to fuck. So he's trying to fuck. I'm sure he got a little touchy-feely, a little handsy here and there, whatnot. He smashed, spent the night, left in the morning. And then she was just like, well, fuck, because she wasn't texting you the whole time. She wasn't texting you. She didn't text you until the morning time. So, and I get it. She was honest about him coming over. But the excuse she kind of gave, I don't believe it. She's just like, oh, I got super ill and he took care of me. Yeah, he took care of you all right. Just the fact that like he was there taking care of you. You know what I mean? Like if you were sick and all that kind of stuff, wouldn't you kind of be texting your man like, hey, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think something went down. Yeah, she just doesn't want to tell you for obvious reasons. I get it. You trust her, and I get it that you feel like you guys are in a loving relationship and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's a thing where it was just this one moment led to another heat of the moment thing. They were drunk. The vibe was vibing and everything was right. And so it happened. You know what I mean? Did she have ill intentions to cheat? Probably not. But shit probably got the best of her, and I think that's really what happened. And I do think that she smashed him and yeah, damn, bro. I hope that's not the case, but that's what it looks like, if I'm being honest with you, man. You guys let me know in the comments what you think about that one, because I think homeboy smashed her. All right, am I the asshole for rejecting a nice short guy because I just wasn't attracted? All right. Hi, my name is Julia, and I'm 19. I'm 5'4". And so I met this guy from a friend of mine who said he would be a good match. After spending some time together, he was pretty nice, but a bit shy. He is 5'5", though, which is just so short for my preference, and I wasn't really attracted despite him not being a bad-looking guy. I didn't want to waste any more of my time or of his, so I just told him I thought he was a fine guy, but I just wasn't feeling it. But he clearly was pretty hurt and kept asking why. I just told him he was a bit short for me and I wasn't really feeling it. He kind of nodded and said okay with a bit of hurt in his voice, and he drove me home. It was right to tell him straight out because... Wait, hold on. Was it right to tell him straight out because he just kept asking? I mean, look, if I'm being honest, you're not the asshole. Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Attraction, you don't really get to choose attraction. If I'm being honest with you, a lot of people sit there and they think they can choose attraction. They think that they, know what they're attracted to or, what they're attracted to and stuff like that. No, you really don't. I don't think anybody knows what they're attracted to. Nobody chooses attraction. Attraction is just attraction. You are just attracted to that person for, whatever reason it may be. You just don't choose attraction. Attraction is just something that happens. And if it's one of those things where you go out with somebody and that attraction just wasn't there, it just wasn't there. And you being honest with him, don't get me wrong, look at it like this. Yes, it hurt him, but thank God you told him the truth, because now he's not sitting there feeling like he got played. He's not sitting there like, oh man, women are evil and bitches and all this kind of stuff. Like, it helps him, if I'm being honest with you, because that's what he was asking. He's like, why? What didn't work out? Like, what's going on? And now I understand he kind of looks at it like, fuck, the only thing that turned this girl off was something I can't help. But I'm sorry, brother, that's the game, and it is what it is. It sucks. I'm a short king too, bro. I'm 5'7", man. You know what I mean? Like, I get turned down for my height all the time. Like, it happens. It's just the way it is. And I think that's why I'm more attracted to really short girls. If I'm being honest with you, that's why I'm attracted to girls who are like 5'5", to 5'2", or 5 foot to 5'2". So you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, you're just gonna have to find a shorter girl, and I get it. Not a lot of them are out there, and even like the super short chicks want fucking 6 foot tall, and it's like, you're retarded. No, you know what I mean? Like, dude, what are you doing fucking 4'11" with a 6 foot guy? Like, that makes no sense. That's just crazy talk. Like, you that looks like your dad at that point. Like, stop. And so, like I said, I think you're just gonna have to find that girl that, she's shorter than 5'5", I guess. Yeah, or 5'4". You know what I mean? And then, like I said, for her, it's like, I don't think you're the asshole. You're just attracted to what you're attracted to. You can't change your attraction. You can't force attraction. You just can't do it. And if you think I'm capping, when is a time where you ever, either you or a friend, where they've dated somebody and they're like, nah, it didn't work out. I thought I could like be with them and then build attraction. It just doesn't work that way. You can't build attraction. If you're not attracted to that person, you're just not attracted to him. And it is what it is, and guys, we can't, call girls evil for that, because it just is what it is. That's just what they're attracted to. So, I don't think you're the asshole at all. I'm glad that you told him straight up. You didn't waste his time. You know what I mean? Because now he can move on and do his thing, and he doesn't feel like he got played, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. It's okay, brethren. On to the next one. Did I overreact and leave her too soon? So I, 23 male, have been dating my now ex-girlfriend, 21 female, for 9 months. When we met, she said that she wasn't necessarily ready for a relationship, but was willing to give us a try. Okay. Fast forward 3 months and we're talking every day, but she still has yet to actually go on a date with me. Whoa. Okay. Y'all been hanging out for 3 months and you haven't gone out on a date? All right. I am now at the point I am ready to leave her when she tells me she has BPD. I am not someone who judges people for their mental health, so I was understanding and forgiving. I told her if she needed time, then we could take things slow. Fast forward another 2 months and still no date. Bro, it's been what? 5 months? And you guys haven't gone out on a date? Oh, come on, man. I tell her that I am trying to make things comfortable, but I don't want to be used, so we need to start trying to progress our relationship. She tells me how much she loves me and that I am like no one else, so she'll try. She sets up a date and doesn't show up. Oh, I'm starting to get tired and about to break up with her. The next day I go to do that and I find out she's 5 months pregnant. She got pregnant the week we met, but didn't find out until the end of the July. I obviously felt betrayed, but was willing to be there and take on the dad role. Oh my. Nigga. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 5 months and then no date. Finally sets up a date. I guarantee you she set up that date and she's stringing you along and all this kind of shit because she's in between you and the baby daddy, bro. Oh my. And then this nigga found out she got pregnant by another nigga's seed. And then, so I can guarantee you she's been fucking this dude while she's hanging out with you. Oh my. Okay. All right. Look, we're not going to speculate too much. Let's get through the whole story and then we'll, oh my God, bro. I told her if she wants me to be her daughter's dad, I need to be involved or I was out. She promised that she'd be better. Keep in mind, we still haven't met in person. This is ridiculous, bro. You guys haven't even met in person. Oh my God. During this time, we're talking about how much all the things we're going to, okay, I guess how much all the things are going to cost when the daughter is born. I'm helping with picking names, singing to her over video calls, buying baby supplies, basically loving or being a loving husband and dad. Still no time spent together in person, but absolutely loving it all. This continues until 2 weeks ago that she wants us to move in. Still haven't seen her, haven't gone on any appointments, nothing. I need her okay, but we need to spend time together before then, which she promises. Fast forward to Sunday and she's ready to move in, but still won't see me until the baby is born tomorrow. I'm fighting with my family, trying to convince them that she's a great woman, and through it all, I should be allowed to decide who lives in my house. Their names are on the title, but I paid for it all in the bills, and they said she could move in if I didn't sign the birth certificate, and she spent 6 months spending time with me in person, which I thought was fair. Bro, even your family members are like, what the fuck are you doing? Even your family members are like, what are you doing? Bro, are you kidding me? Like, oh my God. Like, you waited 5 months for a date. She didn't show up. Then she says she's pregnant by another nigga which she was probably fucking in that 5 months, mind you. I.e., which she got pregnant. She's probably not wanting to hang out with you in person because she's between you and this baby daddy. Like, bro. And then she's like, probably finessing you out of all this baby stuff and all this stuff and probably a place to live, all this shit. Like, oh my, and your parents and your family members, they see this shit. They see it clear. And he's like, no, man, she's so great. And you haven't even met her in person. Oh, nigga. All right, let's keep going. I explained the rules to her and she was super grumpy about it. She asked why I couldn't sign it and not tell them I did. I tell her because she didn't spend time with me, I won't be signing the birth certificate, and it pissed her off. She said I was a liar and I let her get away with treating me badly. Blame me for everything, punish me excessively for little mistakes, not forcing her to spend time with me, or I don't know. I told her she had free will and I couldn't make her do anything. So she broke up with me. Nigga, good. Cause you're fucking retarded. Like, bro, oh my God. Are you kidding me? Yeah, she was trying to trap you, bro. She was trying to trap you. She wanted child support. She wanted all kind. Oh, bro, she was playing you like a fiddle, man. She wanted you to pay for everything. She wanted you to take care of everything, and you have no responsibility to that kid whatsoever. And you're over here talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a dad to her daughter, and I'm being a husband. Nigga, you're being played, bro. You're being played. You were being played from Jump Street. And you're over here talking about, no, everything could totally work. She's a great girl. Like, that's crazy, man. She was a big red flag the whole time. And this nigga was just like, oh man, she's so fucking great, man. Oh, I love her so much. Everything that she says is just the truth. Like, bruh, it's just wild to me. You know, like you're just blindly following this chick like she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like, come on, man. Oh, God. That's crazy, man. Oh, Jesus. And he said, did I overreact and leave her too soon? Nigga, you didn't leave her soon enough. Oh, God. All right, man. On to the next. Jesus Christ. Am I wrong in being mad that my wife went out to a bar and drank after work at 1 a.m. with 2 of her male coworkers? All right. My wife works late and gets out usually around 1 a.m. Last night, she showed up later than usual. It was around 3 a.m. When I asked her why she was home so late, she jokingly said I was out partying. I thought she was being sarcastic at first because sometimes she does stay out late for work, but then she told me that she went to a bar for a drink after work with 2 of her guy coworkers. I then got upset and explained to her that I was not okay with that at all. She said that her coworkers are married and she didn't see anything wrong with grabbing a beer with them after work. Her hanging out with 2 guys so late in the night is the main reason I was upset. But there's also drinking and driving after she's done a 10-hour shift. She claims she only had 1 beer, but 1 beer is still enough to get you a DUI. Or if you get into an accident, it can make it much worse. Another reason is that she has to get up at 7:30 a.m. the next day to take our daughter to school, and she always complains about being tired and it always takes a toll on her throughout the day. I wake up at 6:45 to 7 a.m. to get her and our daughter dressed so she can have a bit longer to sleep in. I can't take our daughter to school because I have to leave for work at 8 and she goes in at 8:20. So am I wrong for being upset not wanting my wife to go to a bar at 1 a.m. with 2 guys? No, you're not wrong, because it's like, look, I get it. You want to go have fun with your dude friends or whatever, and you want to do all that shit after work. But you got responsibility. You know, like, our daughter needs to get to school. I'm going to do what I can to help you out in the morning so that way you can get a little more sleep. But you have responsibility. You know, you can't just drop responsibility just because you want to go have fun that night. Like, I'm sorry. That's just not where we're at in life anymore. You know, you can't just do that. If our life was a little different, sure, you know what I mean? But this is the circumstances of our life, and you need to understand that and be able to be an adult and help me take care of our daughter. You know what I mean? I don't think this man is wrong or overreacting or anything like that. It's like, look, sweetheart, this is what we got to do. You know, you don't think I want to be out doing my thing? No, I got to be at home so you can be at work so I can watch our daughter. Like, it's what we got to do. These are our responsibilities, and this is what is going on. So I get it. I get where he's coming from. He looks at it like, dude, you know, we have responsibility and we need to take care of that responsibility. So I'm definitely on his side about that. You know what I mean? And then, if I'm being honest with you, just because your male coworkers are married don't mean they ain't trying to fuck. Let's be honest here. You know, they like, oh, dog, if we can get a couple beers in or whatever, you know, we'll see who fucks first, you know? Like, and just because she got a man don't mean she ain't gonna, you know, give a little top here and there or whatever. It's like, I'm just saying. So, Yeah, man. Like, gotta be careful with that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, ugh. But yeah, so like I said, is he the asshole? Nah, not at all. Because baby girl, we got responsibilities in the morning. We got to get our daughter, up for work and ready to go. I got to get to work. So, you know what I mean? And he's a good man. He lets her sleep in and he takes, care of like mostly everything. Excuse me. Takes care of mostly everything. So that way she could sleep in a little more and stuff like that. It's just, he understands the totality of the situation and she's kind of taking it a little too lightheartedly, so. All right, on to our next one. I was right in breaking up with my now ex. Okay, question mark. I, 17 female and 17 male, have been friends with my ex-boyfriend for 12 years. Okay, so she's a 17 female and is her boyfriend? I don't get that. I 17 male and 17 female and 17 male have been friends with my now ex. So I guess this is a guy friend. They have been friends with her ex-boyfriend for 12 years. We had a breakup due to me moving, but we got back in touch a few years ago now. No, I have sexual trauma. He knows about it. In November, before we dated, we were in a group chat with his ex. I didn't know this at this time, who was 14, and they started joking about boobs, and he sent a picture of himself shirtless and encouraged us to do the same. I refused and left the group chat. This other person did. They have since hold on. Yeah. Shirtless and encouraged us to do the same. I refused and left the group chat. This other person did. They have since apologized and he never has. What do you mean this other person did? And then they apologized and he never has. What? I don't get it. I got at least 100 messages telling me and begging me to send boob pics. Then later on, he was making sexual jokes that I found weird, but he was kidding, so I moved on. It got worse when we started dating, saying things like, "Is it bubblegum pink?" I ignored it, changing subject, and he asked about it multiple times. He made comments about wishing bugs were fuckable. I was over it when he started defending a cartoon character that sexually abuses another character, repeatedly saying things like, "It's not like he's done anything bad. He's the GOAT. What are you on about?" And he pulls so many bitches. He's great. I asked him if he was serious, and he said yes and kept talking about it, and I inevitably hung up. The next time he texted me, like 10 minutes later, he acted like nothing happened. I called him out and he denied it, started saying I was crazy and that I just was yapping about nothing. I started caring less about the original comments and more how he spoke to me. I said, "Don't call me crazy." He called me wacky instead. I asked him to take this seriously and he said he wasn't serious, that I should forget about it and let's move on. It's no big deal. I told him I was upset. Now he talked to me and said he said, "I don't get offended over dumb shit like you do." Then he snaps me pictures like nothing happened. This is not everything. He said it's a generalization of it. I told him I'd never talk to him like he was talking to me if he was upset about something, regardless of how small. And he said, "What blood yapping about? Just stop already." And then he called me a joke. I told his brother because I was just so mad he wouldn't take anything I said seriously and sent him SS. I don't know what that is. He told their mom. I was not expecting that. I don't have siblings. I don't know what that was a thing. Okay. His brother was mad. Reading this makes me feel so old. Like, is this how kids talk? Like, I'm not understanding anything in this story. You know, like this reminds me of one of those TikTok videos of where it's like how Gen Zers talk to each other or how they break up or whatever. And they're just like, yo, no cap fam. Yeah, blood fam, dude. I'm like, I can't understand half of what she's saying just because it's just like very Gen Z speaky, like, yo fam, blood yapping, and like, okay, I'm gonna keep trying to read this, but fucking A, bro. Let's see. I told his brother, his brother was mad. His mom chewed him out, and he put on his Instagram notes, "Shorty gone crazy." Then I put, "Go fuck yourself." He eventually apologized in a group chat with his mom, and then he sent me a message in our DMs asking we were still together and said I should forgive him and that he was going to apologize soon anyways, but I broke up with him, and he sent me a bunch of snaps of random things. Then I eventually sent him back a boring ass no effort selfie. He sent me another pic of him shirtless calling me gorgeous. Then he sent me a picture of him holding Fruit Loop themed underwear saying my bed's gonna go crazy, and I broke up with him clearly. I told him I was done with our relationship, and yesterday he commented post of us minor intervention right now and still has me in hearts in his bio. He's sent me a lot of random a lot of random pictures, comments, stuff like that. Beautiful as always on my stories. I broke up with him for how he talked to me, and his past comments I see as red flags. I wouldn't feel comfortable having sex with him even if we stayed together, and I've recently been trying to give up my people-pleasing tendencies. He's the only one who's told me I'm overacting, but I don't know. I feel bad because I've never been with a person who broke up with... Wait, what? I've never been... Oh, the person who broke up with someone else. Okay, I see what you mean. All right. Jesus Christ, man. Kids, like... Like, is this how guys date now? As, you know, like... Not like young men, I guess you would say. You know, like, what the fuck is all of this? None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. He's just like, you know, blood, you yapping, and shorty crazy, and you're crazy, this and that, and bitch, you're wild. And then he's sending weird ass pictures of like him shirtless. Like, bro, I can guarantee you, you're skinny as shit. And he's just like, yeah, what's up, girl? You know, like, bro, okay, for one, nobody gives a fuck. And then he's just like, my bed about to go crazy. Yeah, you're probably a virgin. Like, nigga. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, girl, I'm surprised you stayed in that relationship as long as you did, if I'm being honest with you. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what are you doing? Like, if I'm being honest with you, where you're at, you probably shouldn't even be dating dudes your age anyway. You know, like, these niggas ain't got nothing to fucking offer you. Like, what the fuck are we going... Like, dude, like, these are how most of those guys, I'm sure, act in relationships. They think they can just say anything and do anything, and it's just all right. It's just chill. And they, you know, they're just like, Andrew Tate, bro, and all this kind of... It's like, bro, look, man, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You know, because you ain't talking about nothing. You ain't doing shit. You know? It's just, golly, man. I'm surprised you stayed in that relationship as long as you fucking did. And yeah, I think you were right to break up with this guy because he's just a fucking weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. All right. On to our next one. I am female 17, wrong for being too open about my sex life at work. Yes, you're 17. What the fuck are you talking about? Yesterday, my coworkers, not all of them, but most, found out I'm a lesbian. I didn't intend for them to know or for the topic to ever come up, but while we were on a break, the conversation of dating came up, and then it moved to exes, which is when I mentioned how all of my ex-girlfriends sucked or are crazy, which made one of my coworkers ask if I was bisexual, and I said, "Oh no, I'm actually a lesbian anyway." It was very brief. I didn't mention anything graphic, and I didn't give it a second thought because it's really not a big deal. Everyone else was talking about their relationships, so I assumed it was fine. But today my boss pulled me aside. He was pulled me aside. He was nearby when we are all talking and basically scolded me for talking about my sex life and that what I said was inappropriate. I genuinely didn't know what he meant, so I asked what I said, and he said, "You know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is you're too open about your sex life. Please be professional. Please don't let this be a recurring issue," and walked off. So I was just standing there confused. I asked another coworker who was part of the conversation before if he or anyone else got pulled aside, and then he said no. I don't think I was being too open. I was just not supposed to mention my sexuality. I didn't even think something like that could cause issues. It's because you're 17. That's the reason why. And for you as technically a minor to be talking to adults about anything sexual, whether it's, your sexual preferences, your exes, any of that kind of stuff can get these people in hot water because you're a minor. That's the reason why he walked up to you and was like, "Hey, you can't talk about any of that stuff. Please be professional and keep that stuff to yourself. You're a fucking minor. Watch your mouth, because you can get people over here, on some statutory rape shit or sexual harassment. HR doesn't take light to that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And employers don't take light to that kind of stuff. So yes, you have to watch what you say because you are 17. You're a minor. All right? That is the reason why. It don't matter what you said, how you said it. It don't matter if it was just about your exes or this and that. Just the fact that the connotation was sexual in nature. It is a sexual harassment thing, that it could be brought in that way. It could be seen that way, whatever the case may be. And you're working with adults. So yeah, that's a big thing. And I see why he did that. And I get it. You don't understand because you're just like, what the heck? It's just a conversation. What's so wrong about having a conversation? I'm lesbian. So what? You know what I mean? But that's not the point. You being lesbian is not the point. The point is that you're 17. You're a minor still. And having those kind of conversations within a workplace can be detrimental. You know what I mean? So you kind of got to be careful about that stuff, especially in a work environment. So that's the reason why. All right, let's get on to our last one. Let's see. Okay, who has the most? Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. All right, my girlfriend invited 10 guys to her bathtub.
She belongs to the streets.
What the? Okay. My ex and I are broken up. This happened years ago, and I want to know if I was the asshole. Long story short, my girlfriend was abroad with a couple of female friends, both single and / taken. They had gotten a small boat and were out on a lake. They saw a bunch of guys, roughly 10, on another boat and invited them over. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm 99% sure she did the inviting, or at least very happy about it. In other words, she likes to meet people. They had a small bath ring behind the boat. Think jacuzzi that floats on a raft with seawater inside, and they all bathed in it. So were they naked or were they in swimsuits? I woke up around 11 p.m. of her sending me a picture of her day. Her in this boat ring bath with 10 other guys. Oh, shit. I asked who the guys were, and she explained. I didn't react well, hung up, and a fight ensued over text. We mutually broke up, a week later, after having a need to think about our relationship week from both sides. Now, several years later, was I the asshole? Is this just normal and I'm being possessive? I can't see myself see a bunch of girls in bikinis and feel comfortable just waving them over if I have a girlfriend. I feel like that's cheating. And she would feel like that's cheating. She would sit there, and if the roles were reversed, she would so think you're cheating. She would have been like, why do you have all those girls in the ring boat bath thing, whatever? And luckily they were in swimsuits. I thought they were fucking naked. You know what I mean? But no, they were in swimsuits, thank God. But it's the thing is, like, dude, and I would have told her that. I'd have been like, bro, put the shoe on the other foot. What if I was out there with my homies and there was 10 girls in that little ring jacuzzi thing? How would you feel? You would feel fucking cheated on, wouldn't you? You'd feel like I fucked at least a couple of those girls. Like, come on, man. Do you really put it past me to think that maybe something happened with you and those guys, or those guys tried something? Like, come on, man. Like, you really got to fucking think about this shit. You know, and I would have broken up with her over that alone. I'd have been like, wow, that's great. You're single. You know, I'd have just been like,
She belongs to the streets.
the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? The moment she sent me that picture, I'd have been like, you're single. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? How the hell you gonna... I thought you were just gonna be on your boat with your girls, have a good time, enjoy yourself, and that was gonna be that. I didn't think you were gonna be in a fucking pool with 10 other dudes, you know, and I'm guarantee you there was alcohol there. Either the guys brought the alcohol or the girls had the alcohol. Somebody had some alcohol. There's no way there wasn't. And then there's no way these guys weren't trying to fuck. Like, come on, man. So no, you're single. You are single as a Pringle, peace and chicken grease. You enjoy your trip. You know, like, I'm not about to fight you over this shit. What are we talking about here? You know, like, I'm not about to fight you over this shit. No, you're single. Goodbye. Like, come on, man. That's crazy. Crazy. No, you are not the asshole at all. You know, you should have dumped her the moment she sent that picture. That's just wild to me, man. Yeah, she didn't respect the relationship at all, bro. Not one bit. But that's going to go ahead and do it for me. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Again, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast. $3 a month gets you an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios just like these people did to be featured on the show. TikTok as well as Instagram. Go over there, follow us for the clips. If you don't got time for a full podcast, don't worry about it. I got the clips over there. Comment over there, follow us. TikTok's been going crazy. We're ever inching closer to our goal of 10K, so hopefully we can get there by June. That's kind of my hope. You know, your boy's birthday is in June, so I would hope by my birthday I'd be able to hit that coveted 10K. That'd be awesome. If you'd like to help on the more free 99 side, please rate the podcast if you're an audio listener, as well as following us on YouTube. Subscribing there, even if you don't watch, just subscribing there helps a lot, man. It really does. But that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's juicy Tuesday episode. And I'll see you guys on Thursday for some more Haunting Adeline. Peace and chicken grease.